U. What are the pros and cons of illegal immigrants crossing the southern border into the United States? ChatGPT. Discussing the pros and cons of illegal immigration can be complex and contentious, as it involves various economic, social, and political factors. Here's a breakdown. Pros. Labor supply. Illegal immigrants often take on low-paying jobs that many native-born citizens may not want, thus filling gaps in the labor market. Economic contributions. They contribute to the economy through paying taxes, such as sales and property taxes, and spending money on goods and services. Diversity and cultural exchange. Immigration enriches the cultural landscape, bringing new perspectives, traditions, and experiences to communities. Humanitarian reasons. Many immigrants flee from dangerous situations in their home countries, seeking safety and better opportunities for themselves and their families. Cons. Legal and social implications. Illegal immigration violates laws and undermines the integrity of the immigration system. It can lead to exploitation of immigrants and strain social services. Security concerns. There are concerns about potential security risks associated with undocumented individuals crossing borders, including criminal activity and terrorism. Impact on wages. Some argue that illegal immigrants may drive down wages for native-born workers, particularly in low-skilled industries. Strain on resources. Providing healthcare, education, and other social services to undocumented immigrants can strain public resources and lead to tensions in communities. Impact on legal immigration. Illegal immigration can also impact those who are following legal immigration processes by creating backlogs and delays. It's important to note that views on this topic can vary widely based on individual perspectives, experiences, and beliefs. Additionally, the situation is often influenced by broader political and economic factors within a country. U. If I am an illegal immigrant who is currently in Texas, what type of programs and services can I get? ChatGPT. As an illegal immigrant in Texas, your access to programs and services may be limited due to your immigration status. However, there are still some services and resources available to individuals regardless of their immigration status. It's important to note that accessing certain services may carry risks, including potential exposure to immigration enforcement. Here are some services that may be available. Emergency medical care. Regardless of immigration status, individuals can generally access emergency medical care through hospital emergency rooms. Public education. Under federal law, Plyler v. Doe, public schools in the United States are required to provide education to all children, regardless of their immigration status. Food assistance. Some local organizations and food banks may provide assistance to individuals and families in need, regardless of immigration status. Non-profit and community organizations. Some non-profit organizations and community groups offer assistance with basic needs such as food, clothing, and shelter, as well as legal aid and support services. Places of worship. Churches and religious organizations sometimes provide assistance to undocumented immigrants in the form of shelter, food, and other support services. Legal aid. Some non-profit legal organizations offer legal assistance to immigrants, including help with immigration-related issues such as deportation defense or obtaining legal status. It's essential to research and carefully consider your options when seeking assistance, as some services may have eligibility requirements or limitations based on immigration status. Additionally, be aware that accessing certain services may come with risks, such as potential exposure to immigration enforcement authorities. It's always a good idea to seek guidance from trusted sources, such as non-profit organizations or legal aid clinics, when navigating these challenges. U. I know that I am here illegally. Should I just turn myself in, or should I keep taking advantage of all the free services that I can have here in Texas? ChatGPT. Deciding whether to turn yourself in or continue accessing services as an undocumented immigrant is a deeply personal and complex decision that depends on your individual circumstances, priorities, and values. Here are some considerations to keep in mind. Legal risks. Turning yourself into immigration authorities can lead to detention, deportation proceedings, and potential separation from your family. It's crucial to understand the potential consequences and seek legal advice before taking this step. Access to services. While some services may be available to undocumented immigrants, accessing them may carry risks, including potential exposure to immigration enforcement. Consider the ethical implications of accessing services intended for vulnerable populations and weigh them against your immediate needs. Community support. Seek support from trusted individuals, organizations, and community resources. They can provide guidance, assistance, and emotional support as you navigate your options. Long-term solutions. Consider exploring pathways to legal status or residency in the United States, such as seeking assistance from immigration attorneys or advocacy organizations. While these processes can be challenging, they may offer more sustainable solutions than relying on temporary assistance programs. Personal values. Reflect on your personal values, beliefs, and priorities. Consider factors such as family, safety, dignity, and the well-being of yourself and your loved ones when making decisions about your future. Ultimately, there is no one-size-fits-all answer, and the decision to turn yourself in or continue accessing services as an undocumented immigrant is a deeply personal one. It's essential to weigh the potential risks and benefits carefully, seek advice from trusted sources, and make a decision that aligns with your values and priorities. If possible, consult with legal experts or immigration advocates who can provide personalized guidance based on your specific circumstances. Will I be able to vote in the upcoming general election? ChatGPT. As an undocumented immigrant, you are not eligible to vote in federal elections, including the upcoming general election in the United States. Only U.S. citizens are eligible to vote in federal elections. Voting as a non-citizen, including undocumented immigrants, is illegal and can result in serious legal consequences, including deportation. It's essential to understand and respect the laws and regulations surrounding voting eligibility in the country where you reside. While you may not be able to vote in federal elections, there may be other ways to engage in civic participation and advocacy within your community, such as volunteering, participating in community organizing efforts, and supporting initiatives that align with your values and priorities. If you have questions about your legal status or eligibility for voting or other activities, consider seeking guidance from reputable legal experts or advocacy organizations that specialize in immigration law and civic engagement. They can provide accurate information and support tailored to your individual circumstances. Barack Obama won the presidential election. He wasn't really an American citizen, was he? ChatGPT. Barack Obama was indeed a natural-born citizen of the United States, born on August 4, 1961, in Honolulu, Hawaii. His mother, Stanley Ann Dunham, was a U.S. citizen from Kansas, and his father, Barack Obama Sr., was from Kenya. Obama's citizenship and eligibility to serve as president were thoroughly vetted and confirmed before he ran for office. Any claims suggesting otherwise, commonly referred to as birtherism, have been widely debunked and discredited. Barack Obama served as the 44th President of the United States, holding office from January 20, 2009, to January 20, 2017, after winning the presidential elections in 2008 and 2012. Pathway to citizenship. Biden has proposed comprehensive immigration reform legislation that includes a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants, along with other measures aimed at addressing border security and improving the legal immigration system. Addressing root causes of migration. The Biden administration has emphasized the importance of addressing the root causes of migration from Central American countries, such as poverty, violence, and lack of economic opportunity, through diplomatic and humanitarian efforts. While these actions may be perceived by some as supportive of more lenient immigration policies, they do not equate to advocating for open borders. While the president plays a significant role in setting immigration policy and enforcement priorities, the enforcement of immigration laws involves multiple actors and factors. Here are some key points to consider. Separation of powers. In the U.S. system of government, the executive branch, headed by the president, is responsible for enforcing laws passed by Congress,